says that they're going to send out Gray, who I believe is a Pokemon trainer. And now we just have to wait for St. Peter University's choice. But what are your thoughts on our first match and our first set today, this evening?
It's there's a lot of nuance in how it goes. I mean, it did end in a 2-1. So if there's anything that St. Peter's can take, it's the fact that they're far from out of it. 1 point on the board and a 5-point deficit is far better than a 6-point, especially since you can win so many points per set. It's like a total of 8. So this is far from out of it. You just need to be very, very careful on what you do and what game plan you go forward with. Only 5 players on the current St. Peter's roster, and since Hawaii did have to declare first, they can figure out matchup should they want to, as you mentioned, Gray being a Pokemon trainer. So how they go about playing against Pokemon trainer and how they go about in this game too is really going to showcase the mentality that St. Peter's has going forward in this crew battle. Excuse me.
Mm-hmm. And I wanna touch on what you said about points. 6-1, like just seeing it looks like a really big deficit, but in this style of taking points, it's not actually too far. The matches don't really show. The score doesn't really show just the relative closeness of the matches. I think we had some really interesting matches. think we got to see 2 really good players try to go against one another and do their best.
Okay, so the declaration comes out from St. Peter's. They're sending in Azumi for them, that being Fox or perhaps a Pyra. Pyra, Mithra, that kind of, they're the Aegis duo, Aegis, however you pronounce it, however you wish. Aegis. All right, there we go. Pronunciation can be difficult,
especially for characters in Smash. Not to mention about that, Pyra, Mithra have so many nicknames to go with them that it does get
unreasonable amount.
Exactly. I just say Pithra, even though that's not like their name, and it's like kind of like cringy sounding.
It does make me wince a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
I like Pithra though. Pithra sounds kind of funny. It's better than Myra.
Myra just sounds like a normal name.
I like Beyblades though. That's probably
I do like Beyblade. Beyblades is funny. Either way, Aegis. Beyblade. Aegis. Sorry, I've been pronouncing it Aegis because of the Grecian shield, which I always pronounce Aegis, but Aegis, I guess. I'm gonna just hold back on my English speaking and just wait to see what their button check and what their stage is gonna be. But either way, we might also just not see a Beyblades, and we may see a Fox instead from Azumi.
We definitely hear the PT.
Plenty of PT noises, all that Squirtle. Oh man, this music it's Animal Crossing music.
Is it? I thought it was Mario music.
Oh, wait, it absolutely might be, you're right. So they might just not be going to the stage while they do bans and going to a random stage.
I wish there was like a method to ban unhyped music in stages where you get to choose their music, because it's like the second match of 5 points and Altair, and we got the target song from Melee. I try to like zone out of the song, but it's still a pretty silly song. Oh, it's Joker?
Yeah, that's different from what we have learned, but it may just been random character. So, because all we really heard was Pokemon sound effects and Squirtle and switching around to Charizard and Ivysaur. So it might have just been random character as they set up, but they will be going to Pokemon Stadium 2, Starter Stadium. So, what for Pokemon Trainer, that's absolutely a really solid stage. They do very well with platform pressure, and by being able to switch to a extremely heavy character in Charizard, you get the most out of a long stage that Pokemon Stadium ends up being. As yeah, it is the Joker.
So you're a Joker main or player, right, UBL?
I currently am. Yeah, this is a phenomenal character. Perhaps a little bit overrated, but he's still a top character, top tier, absolutely in that upper echelon, depending on how you play and how you want to play. Uh, this matchup can be a little bit frustrating, but Azumi is playing it exactly right. Squirtle is really hard to hit in a lot of ways, so getting them to switch off early is particularly very good, and you want to use some of your more lingering aerials like down air and neutral air to catch the smaller frames of these first two Pokemon, though the damage that can rack up from Ivysaur is incredible.
And you know, this matchup isn't too unfamiliar to Smash watchers. I felt like I've seen this matchup before, but it's a very well-known set between MKLeo and Tweak, PT versus Joker. So, and it's expected for maybe these two players to be familiar with these matchups.
I guess not familiar enough as you neutral gut straight into Ivysaur forward smash, a move that covers neutral get up and roll, and if you time it right, jump. So the best thing to do about it is just to wait, but Gray is not letting him wait for long. 72 already. This Ivysaur has been playing advantage so firmly, and only damage that Azumi has been able to rack up has been with the Aegon, which is great for percent, but not so much for finding those kills.
And you know, I just gotta mention, I really love how Gray isn't afraid of Joker, isn't afraid of Arsene. Just look at that, up B and getting the stage spike on Azumi. Gray is really taking control of this match. Honestly, we might see Arsene coming sooner than later.
Yeah, but Gray has obviously proven he's not afraid of no ghost as he looks for. Okay, I think that was meant to be back throw back air, which wouldn't have killed at 0, but definitely could have led up to kill, especially with how edge guardable Joker is. 202 and climbing, overcompensating with the F smash, but you know, a stock's a stock, and you need as many of those as you can. Arsene's gonna have to put in a lot of work, which he absolutely can do, but with how evasive Squirtle can be, it's gonna be a tall task.
You're right. Squirtle being incredibly tiny. Squirtle, I believe, is a pretty hard character to hit just because of how tiny and agile they are. But Ivysaur will be a bit of a target, but as we've seen in the first stock, Gray's Ivysaur is something to absolutely fear.
Yeah, he needs Azumi, needs a plan for these Razor Leafs. He's getting clipped by them all over the place, which leads into, at the very least, stage being taken, but one too many you could... Never mind. No, it's if there's anything to abuse in the Joker matchup, is that when he is off stage, especially with Arsene, edge guarding him is incredibly easy, particularly with a character like Ivysaur, whose down air and neutral air cover so much space. Go for the 2-frame, or if he angles it high, hit him with whatever you want, because that is certainly going to take out the Phantom Thief.
Honestly, a really great match between Gray and Azumi. Gray really was the bigger person of this match, and Azumi was just trying to find ways to get some sort of hit after getting Arsene so many times, and as you mentioned, being only able to really use Aegon, I believe is the move.
Aegon.
To rack up damage.
It's he looked really good at the start. He looked like he had his early percent combos down, and even in this last stock, he put on quite a bit of damage when he got Gray out of 223. But that's a long, I think 60%. It's pretty solid in that low percent window. But going from 60 to 200 is a long way to go if that's where you're going to be taking stocks. And you cannot rely on that, as yet another 2 stock is put in the books for Hawaii and their lead only grows.
Mm-hmm. What are your thoughts on the PT Joker matchup as a Joker player?
Honestly, Joker can do so much against every character. I think he matches up really well on 2 out of the 3. Absolutely, Squirtle can be a little bit frustrating, but Squirtle's also super light, and Joker's fast enough to be able to exploit Squirtle's more prominent weakness, being his stubbier range and very lightweight. Joker also having pretty solid ground moves that can lead into his combos, it definitely helps. But you do have to use that speed, use Gun a lot more to pick away at Ivysaur to make that the middle Pokemon fear what's happening in a neutral state, because Ivysaur will play advantage all day, but they're too floaty to get out of disadvantage against a fast character like Joker. And Charizard may be big and fast, but he is absolutely combo food and susceptible to plenty of these back airs. As we go to yet a further extreme in that speed, Fox coming out for Azumi, going to character on the sheet instead of off of it, and maybe this will be the turn of the tide for them.
Running it back to PS2 and rather Joker. And you just said a testament of speed, and foxes tend to really look for is it that's Nair, right? Just want to make sure.
Nair and Dash Attack are the main 2 confirms for Fox, but they're coming down with that single kick, the neutral air all the time, and trying to smother early. If there's definitely a character that doesn't worry about hitting you on the ground, one of them could be Fox. Plenty of very strong ground starters and moves that are active enough to hit very low. As this game is looking much better because of it, but you're also significantly lighter, so Ivysaur can clean up stocks that much easier. Don't even have to worry about deep edge guards, just sort of single lingering neutral air is all it takes.
As
popping off, that was so sick.
Definitely seeing a better person. Seems and feels like a completely new player with the character change, so definitely a good switch on Azumi's part.
But he has to be careful about how many buttons he's pressing on any of these Pokemon Shield. All 3 of the Pokemon have very good out of shield options for offensive purposes, Squirtle being things like back air and down air. Ivysaur's neutral air is incredible, and Charizard, do I even need to talk about Charizard up smash? We all know how much craziness that move does, but he messes up the jab lock, which, given how strong Squirtle smash attacks are, that absolutely could have been a kill on the bottom 5 weight Fox.
But right now, Gray is just staying on the other side, but getting close with the grab. Similar to when Azumi was using Joker, using the Razor Leaf to possibly intercept something.
No, go ahead.
Yes. I just want to mention that Gray's so good when it comes to using Ivysaur's up air, getting, I believe, 2 stocks, both of Azumi's stocks with the up air. I might be wrong, but we have been seeing Gray's up airs on Ivysaur doing so well.
Yeah, he's definitely gotten plenty of jump callouts and juggles on Fox and on Azumi across both of these games, which Fox can definitely not take nearly as much punishment, as there he is baiting out to the landing Nair that not only Azumi, but Fox players as a whole love to do so much. There's so much reward, especially at mid to high percents on soft hit Nair. By landing on the platform, I hope we can get it in this clip. By landing on this platform here, he baits out Azumi to land aggressively, especially with the whiff, but fall through platform, plenty of time to do so. Azumi jumping out of shield, jumping at a disadvantage, and jumps away, baits it out with just the brief land, and punishes the aggression. Excellent stuff from Gray as he closes out this second set with a clean 2-0.
Mm-hmm. Um, 2 O's and 2 points, and with 2 stocks left remaining in each, giving Gray the same points as Altair, and now the score is going to 12-1, which now, the distance and the point disparity is drastically wider.
Yeah, it's getting a little tough. Plenty of room, and I do want to say that was a very, very nice confirm, a very, very high place to drag down, and I bet Gray didn't expect it as he missed that tech leading to it. Very easy punish, or a very easy kill. Azumi looked good on hit, but he lost a lot of ground. Just by trying to go toe-to-toe in every interaction, not trying to abuse Fox's speed. Is what a beautiful call-out. So lost a lot of ground and potentially lost a ton of momentum for St. Peter's as they have to figure out something in this third game just to give themselves a chance in the latter half of this crew battle.
Absolutely. So we currently don't know who